Welcome back to this video. Today we're going to be talking about 5 content ideas that you can use for your dealership. Before we get into that, let me talk about why you should be creating content. Now, the reason you should be creating content on social media if you do have a dealership is because you're going to be offering free value, which is going to, help gain their trust, help build more authority with them, and just look like an expert altogether. Also, you're going to help gain their trust. Like I said before, they're going to be able to see your face and know who you are. And that is one of the most important things when it comes to actually building trust. They want to know who you are because they want to connect with another person, not another businessman or a dealership page that they don't know anything about. Also, you're going to gain their authority, which means you're going to be positioned as a professional in their eyes because you're going to be speaking as if you're a professional and giving out information that only a professional would know. Also, you're going to be building multiple touch points when it comes to actually getting a sale, and that is one of the most important things because there's actually studies that show that you need 10 to 20 or even more than 20 touching points to actually convert a sale. And unless you're going to be messaging every prospect, every person that you see 20 times, you should be creating content because every piece of content that they consume or they watch, that is one touching point with your customers. So let me actually get into the 5 content ideas that you should be doing. The first one is actually giving information about cars. Now, this can be anything from showing car features, so technology, entertainment systems. I know with auto technology now, there's tons of buttons you can click on the entertainment system on the car. So just showing that, how to actually navigate it, all that stuff is very important. Also, if the car does have self-driving, I don't know if you have Teslas or if you have newer cars that have self-driving, that is very, very important because self-driving is the future and people don't know how to use that. And if you do offer that and people are looking to get that, they would love to know beforehand so they don't have to ask you a million questions when they get there in person. Also, interior design. So you want to talk about the interior design. I know some SUVs have some tablets and stuff on the back. Talk about where the seats are, how to fold them if they do get folded. Just talk about all that stuff. And also engine performance. I don't know if you have performance cars, but I love sports cars. And if I was looking to get a car, I would definitely love if the person I was watching was offering some type of information about the engine, whether it's a V6, V8, whatever the engine might be. Just discuss information about that so that people that are interested actually learn about that. So something else you should be talking about is all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. You want to talk about the difference between each one because some people might be getting a truck because they want it to be all-wheel drive so that when they take it on a rocky hill or a desert, wherever, they might be looking for something specifically for that and they might not know the difference between them. So, kind of get into the explanation, and if they are looking to get a sports car, mention that it is a rear-wheel drive, or if it's an all-wheel drive, mention all that stuff because it helps your audience kind of know what vehicle they should be looking for and how the vehicles work. So when you offer all this information, it really, really makes your job easier when it comes to selling the car because there's going to be less questions that you have to answer, and I know you don't want to be answering 1,000 questions when they're looking to purchase a vehicle. So if you do sell hybrid cars, explain how hybrid works and why it could be better than gas or why it could be worse than gas. You want to also be very honest with the audience. Don't try to say some stuff just to kind of have them buy or just so you can sell the vehicle, because it's very easy to pick up when somebody's just trying to be salesy and not really offering you free value. So you want to make sure that you're actually being generally honest and just give your honest feedback. If you don't like hybrid, don't say you like it just so you can have them purchase a car. You're just going to lose all rapport, all trust, and they might not even purchase from you if you lie to them once. So just be honest and be fully transparent with them. This is for some dealerships. If you don't offer a sports car, you don't have any sports cars in inventory, this might not be so useful or very important for you because most people that get a normal daily driver don't really care about this stuff. But talk a little bit about the horsepower, the torque, explain the difference between them, especially if you are selling exotic cars or sports cars or whatever. Or you might not even need to be a sports car dealership, but if you might have gotten a car in stock that is a sports car, just explain what that stuff means because some people are interested in that stuff. You really want to talk about these main components that I talked about. Obviously, there's a lot more you can do, so it's not just limited to this, but here are some of the basics. The next topic we have is car reviews and testimonials, and the reason that this is so important, this is probably one of the most important pieces of content you can be making, is because this will build automatic trust with anybody who's watching your video, especially when it comes to purchasing a vehicle. As a consumer, as a customer, when they see that you have sold multiple cars to multiple people and they're happy with it, they're going to be more inclined to actually purchasing from you because you have to always remember that getting a vehicle is a big investment. It's not some $40 gym membership that they're going to go. This is a big investment. They probably saved up a lot of money and are going to put themselves in debt and be paying it off for a while. So you want to make sure that you're showing car reviews and testimonials from other people. Things like interviewing them about the purchase. Right after somebody purchases a vehicle, you can ask them about how they like the transaction, the buying process, if it was easy, whatever the case may be. You want to interview them, just have them answer a few questions, make it seem like it's legit. You don't want to just have the customer being all awkward. If they are, you probably shouldn't interview them. You should be interviewing occasionally, doing it as often as you possibly can, because it does look more professional, it does look more real, and it does build that connection right away. Because like I said before, they want to be in that buyer's shoe. So if you show them what that buyer looks like and how they are happy with the purchase, it's going to make them more inclined to actually wanting to buy from you. Also, interview them about what they love about their vehicle, right? Ask them what they like about it, what they don't like about it. Well, don't ask them that part, but ask them what they like about it, because it's going to come off a little bit more genuine. They're going to be talking about what they like. They're going to seem all happy like a little kid, like they got a little gift. So just have them talk about that stuff. That stuff's going to really resonate, seem legit, seem cool, and just build trust with whatever audience is watching you. And one of the most important things is actually just to ask them, how was your experience with the dealership? The answer is going to be a bit biased, but it still seems legit, it still seems real. And just have them speak about the staff, have them speak about you, the buying process, the vehicles, all that stuff, how easy you made the process. Especially if you're a salesman, this is very important. If you're a salesman and you want to create testimonials and car reviews, you want them specifically to be talking about you, because if they are talking about you, the person that's watching it wants to work with you because of the review they left for you. That seemed like a lot to take in, but yeah, that's pretty much all about car reviews and testimonials. One more thing I forgot to mention, testimonials can also be a regular picture. It doesn't have to be a video. It can be a post, even a Google review, you can post that. But videos resonate a little bit better with the audience. Something also very useful is creating content about the car buying tips, right? This is very important because when it comes to getting a car, it's not as simple as, just going there, getting a car and purchasing it. So you want to make it as simple as possible and as painless as possible for whoever's purchasing from you. But you want to make sure that you give them a little insight about how it's going to go. So you want to talk about the whole car buying process. So talk about how it starts. You go there, you look at the vehicle, you might want to test drive it. If you want to test drive it, you like it, then we can start working on paperwork. You want to discuss all that stuff. You want to also discuss your financing option. If you have in-house financing, all that stuff, you want to make sure that you mention that beforehand so they know exactly what's going to go down when it comes down to the actual sale part. Also mention how payments work, right? A down payment, monthly payment. You want to explain that stuff to them. Don't try to rip off if you try to rip off any of your customers or anybody, you try to finesse them, or you try to do something that's completely messed up, like try to scam them, or if they're older, try to increase the payment because they might not notice, you're automatically going to lose trust. And if for whatever reason they noticed, well, they're probably never going to purchase with you again, leave you a bad review, go somewhere else, and you might just completely mess up your credibility. So don't ever do that. Be completely transparent with them. Honesty goes it goes super far. So be completely honest with them, be completely transparent, and you're going to see how far it takes you. Production and service information. This can mean multiple things. I really suggest you also do these. You should be kind of posting multiple of these a week. The reason I said 5 is because you can knock out 5 of these in a week. So the whole weekdays you can film individual one of these. So product and service information can be anything from like vehicles in stock. So share some information about the vehicles you have in stock. If you have SUVs, cars, all that stuff. But don't post inventory pictures. Don't do that. What you want to do is actually have some guy film you and just walk around, show them about what cars you have in inventory, what it's looking like, which ones are new. Talk about the new ones, don't talk about the old ones, because they don't want to buy the old ones. That they're there for a reason. Let them come in and see the old ones in person. But when it comes to your social media, talk about new inventory, but actually show yourself. And the reason you want to show yourself is because they can actually see a person related to that vehicle. The reason I always keep talking about why you should not be posting just inventory by itself is because there's no face connected to that inventory. There's tons of people that just sell cars, but how many people actually get behind the camera and take a picture of themselves or record a video of them discussing the cars? That's what you want to do. Also talk about pricing the cars. Now, I know pricing, some dealerships don't like to talk about that on video because they want to have that talk with when the customer comes in. But also mention pricing of your cars, because that's very important. Like for me, example, I'm not really going to go look at a car that I don't know the price to. So you want to make sure you discuss the price on it. Also, if there are any car deals, car sales, whatever bonuses, offers that you might have, you want to discuss all that stuff when it comes to product and service information. And the reason you do this is because you're going to make it as easy as possible for your audience to actually find a vehicle that they want. When you discuss the price of it, you discuss what vehicles you have in stock and what deals you might have. I mean, you pretty much cut down all the time of them going through your website, wasting their time. And a lot of people, they click on your website, they don't even have time to go look through all your inventory if you have multiple vehicles. So it's going to make it as simple as possible for them. They're going to be able to see the car in a video, which is going to resonate even more than just a picture of the car. So you want to create content based on that. This one's a bit more work to do, but this one will probably be the best one to resonate with any audience that you have. And that is a day in the dealership. Now, This does not have to be very often, but this can be posted occasionally and maybe pinned to your social media so that it's one of the top ones. But what you want to do here is actually do some, employee interviews. So if you're a dealership owner, you want to talk to some of your employees, have them conduct brief interviews with the staff and just learn about the roles, what they do, and what they enjoy most about working there. So just have them talk about their, so whenever the audience is watching you, they already know who the staff is. They know who to meet. They know who to work with. And the reason you're doing that is because the worst thing is when you walk into a place and you don't know anybody, and you just feel like they're going to rip you off. But when you already know them beforehand or before they even come into the dealership, it's going to really make the buying process and trust way, way easier than if they didn't know who you were. Also, you want to do customer interactions. Now, what this means is you follow maybe a salesman, or if you are a salesman, just follow another salesman, or even record yourself just having a conversation with a customer. If you want to record some test drives, consultations, and negotiations that you might have with them, that would actually be really cool, because for them, they want to see what it's like to be in that customer position, because that's what they want to be in. You show them how simple and easy the process is, they're going to really be more inclined to working with you, because they're going to see how you interact with other customers. You seem pretty cool, you seem pretty funny, you crack jokes, and you're going to be able to do that a lot better when you're actually dealing with another customer. So just recording simple things like a test drive, or you're just interacting and just speaking with them, it can go a long way. So where your vehicles are located, where management is located, etc. So show a little bit around the dealership so that when they walk in, they're not complete strangers. They know where the manager might be at. They know where some of the salesmen might be at, their offices, or where some vehicles might be at, inside, outside, if it's behind the lot. Show all that stuff, because it really just makes it easier for them to navigate when they get there. That's pretty much it when it comes to day in the dealership. So this was a pretty quick video, because it's a very simple process, but it's very effective. So you really want to follow all these simple steps, write these down. If you want this actually shared with you so you can have all this information on your computer, just comment down below and I'll send it to you. You want to be very consistent with your content. So I know I gave you 5 content ideas. There's a lot more. I post a lot more on my social media that you can be using. I also started a new series on my social media called Daily Content Ideas, which every single, I think maybe twice a week, I'll be going over content like these, but more in depth and more actual variants. So you can hop on my social media on Instagram and Facebook, as well as TikTok. They're on my YouTube bio. You can go and watch all my content there. If you have any questions about when it comes to creating content for dealerships, any concerns or anything you might be worried about, or any questions you want answered, just comment them down below or DM me on Instagram and I'll help you out. Other than that, you'll have a good day.